Welcome to Shadow Lore Library, and this is November Journal. If you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing and like the video. Let's make this a wonderful journey together, and thank you for being here. Now, let's begin. Chapter 1. In a time long forgotten, before the legends of Willowbrook had taken root, there was a village known as Elmsworth, nestled in the heart of a lush, ancient forest. It was a place of peace and serenity, where the villagers lived in harmony with the land, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. In Elmsworth, a young woman named Evelyn Hawthorne was born, and her story was one of intrigue and enchantment from the very beginning. She was an orphan, left on the doorstep of the village's elder, an enigmatic woman known as Astrid. The villagers believed Evelyn was a gift from the mystical forces that guarded their land, for her arrival was marked by a vivid, blood-red meteor shower that lit up the night sky. Astrid, the village's wise woman, recognized that there was something extraordinary about the child. Her eyes, as dark as the depths of the forest, seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. Astrid herself, a practitioner of ancient and arcane magic, took Evelyn under her wing, sensing that the girl possessed a unique connection to the mystical energies that surrounded them. As Evelyn grew, her powers bloomed like a rare and exotic flower. She could command the elements, whisper to the animals, and heal with a mere touch. Her connection to the forest was unlike anything the villagers had ever witnessed. She would often disappear into the woods, communicating with the trees, the animals, and the spirits that dwelled there. Her beauty was a thing of legend, and it was said that her raven black hair shimmered like the night sky, and her skin was as pale as the moon. But her beauty, coupled with her enigmatic powers, led to whispers and fear among the villagers. They began to call her a witch, their reverence turning to suspicion. As the years passed, Elmsworth faced a series of calamities. Crops failed, sickness spread, and darkness seemed to descend upon the village. The villagers, driven by fear and superstition, turned on Evelyn, blaming her for their misfortunes. They accused her of using her powers to curse the land, and they were no longer willing to accept her as one of their own. In the dead of night, a mob of angry villagers gathered, led by a blacksmith named Malcolm, who had once been Evelyn's dearest friend. They dragged her from her cottage, accusing her of being a witch and a harbinger of doom. Evelyn's pleas and cries fell on deaf ears, and the villagers, consumed by hysteria, bound her to a tree deep in the forest. There, under the watchful eyes of the ancient oaks, they lit a pyre, ready to burn her as a witch. As the flames crackled and the smoke billowed around her, Evelyn's eyes blazed with an otherworldly fire. In that moment, the forest itself seemed to react, and a violent storm erupted, with lightning arcing across the sky and thunder, shaking the very ground. The villagers, terrified and filled with remorse, fled in disarray, leaving Evelyn alone. The storm raged on, and the tree to which she was bound splintered, collapsing under the fury of nature's wrath. When the villagers returned the next morning, all they found was the charred remains of the pyre and the scorched ground. Evelyn was gone, vanished into the depths of the forest, her fate unknown. The legend of Evelyn Hawthorne, the young woman accused of being a witch, spread through the generations. It was said that she had made a pact with the spirits of the forest and become a powerful witch, seeking vengeance on those who had wronged her. The village of Elmsworth eventually faded into obscurity, but the legend of Evelyn lived on. And so, the tale of the Witch of Willowbrook had its beginnings in the tragic story of a young girl named Evelyn, whose journey from innocence to witchcraft was shaped by the beauty and cruelty of the natural world, and by the fear and ignorance of those who could not understand her. Her destiny was now interwoven with the dark heart of the Wailing Woods, where her powers had grown, and her name had become synonymous with both wonder and terror.